live with another video, man. Yeah, I want to talk about Kairi Sane. I want to give my take about Kairi. I want to do a live video calling this out. So I wait for somebody to get on, hop on, and I'll go ahead and start. Just came from the gym, working out at the gym or whatever. Got me a good workout in and whatnot. So I wait for somebody to hop on, and I'll go ahead and start. Somebody can hop on here. And I got two people up in the building. Comment below so I know who you are. Hey, what's up? You new here? Do you watch wrestling? I need to know. I'm asking because you could be in the wrong chat right now. Hey, what's up? You didn't answer my question. Do you watch wrestling? Okay, I got 7 people in the building. Comment below so I know who you are. And let me know where you're from and do you watch wrestling and whatnot. If you watch wrestling, hit the like button. But I need to know if you watch wrestling or not. Because I tend to have creeps and weirdos coming in here. Not creeps, but trolls and weirdos coming in here. Okay, somebody hit the like button, so I'm assuming you watch wrestling. Let me know if you watch wrestling so I can go ahead and start. Okay, all right. Okay, what's up? And do you watch wrestling? I need to know. You watch wrestling? Are you a wrestling fan? Okay, and I'm not DJ Khaled, my guy. I don't know. Okay, well, since you're here, man, I'll go ahead and start. Well, I want to talk about Kairi Sane and Asuka. Well, I'm pretty sure you've been seeing how Kairi Asuka has been basically bullying Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane has been a do girl. She tells Kairi Sane what to do and stuff like that, and she acts like she's Kairi Sane's mother. Kairi Sane screws up in the match and stuff. Asuka just snaps on her. And I said before, I'm like, I done got fed up. Dude, I'm not DJ Khaled, man. I see what I'm saying. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not DJ Khaled. What are you talking about? I look nothing like that guy. I have no clue what the hell you looking at. I'm not DJ Khaled. See what I mean? I got weirdos coming in here. That's why I ask who people is, because I can't see who's watching my videos. If I could see who's watching my videos, that'd be something different. Let me go ahead and start. Um, so we seen how. Let me get you out of here, man. Look, I'm over it. I'm over it. Let me get you out of here. Time for that goofy shit. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Um, Kairi Sane treats Oscar treats. I mean, Oscar treats Kairi Sane just like a kid. She talks to her like she's a 10-year-old child. Like is terrible. It like last night when I didn't last night, but when Oscar slapped Kairi Sane, that shit pissed me off. I know it's scripted and all, but that shit pissed me off the way she slapped Kairi Sane like that. I was furious. I was furious. I said, "Look, Kairi Sane, you got to stop letting you need to go ahead and go. You need to go ahead and snap on Kairi Sane ass. You need to go ahead and snap on her ass and stop letting her do you like this. Enough is a damn enough. Enough is enough." So, with that being said, Kairi Sane is gonna eventually snap on Oscar. Kairi Sane is gonna eventually snap on Oscar and turn on Oscar. Mark my words. Kairi Sane is gonna eventually snap on Oscar, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait. But this is going to be a strong, heated feud. When Kairi Sane finally snap, I can't wait, because this has been a long time coming, and Asuka is more savage than she ever was before. Before, when the Kabuki Warriors were heels, Asuka wasn't bossing Kairi Sane around. They were a great heel tag team, worked very well together. One of the most memorable matches that they had was the handicap match against Charlotte Flair. That was a phenomenal match. And Kairi Sane got the pinfall against Charlotte. Yeah, so that was a hell of a match. One of my favorite Kabuki Warriors. I'm gonna have to say my top favorite Buki Warrior handicap match. I'm gonna have to. Hey, what's going on, Emma? How you living? Welcome to the chat. If you watch wrestling, subscribe to my channel. And Roni, since both of y'all do my channel, both of y'all subscribe to my channel right now. Subscribe to my channel. I would surely appreciate it. But so yeah, man. Eventually, I'm ready for Kairi Sane to finally turn on Oscar and snap on Oscar. I'm ready for her to finally turn on Oscar and snap on Oscar. Just don't worry, don't worry. This eventually Kairi Sane is going to get fed up with Oscar shit. She's going to eventually get fed up with Oscar. When Kairi Sane finally snap and turn on Oscar, man, it is going to be epic. I'm telling you, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. I can't wait, man. I'm gonna just sit back and let it play out. I'm gonna sit back and let it play out. But so I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been ready. I'm been ready. But besides all that, the Kabuki Warriors is one of my favorite tag teams. They're one of my favorite tag teams for sure. But I'm gonna got fed up with Kairi Sane treating Oscar. Oscar talking to Kairi Sane like she's a 10-year-old child. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm ready for Kairi Sane to finally snap. I'm ready for her to snap, and I know she is eventually. Because Oscar has been giving her hell. Like I said, she treats her like Kairi Sane is her daughter. So I'm ready. I'm ready to Kairi Sane to finally unleash. I've been ready. So I'm gonna let it, but for the most part, they're a great tag team. They're a great tag team. And I can't wait. I can't wait. And I want also want to talk about Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. It looks like that. It looks like Io Sky and Rhea Ripley is leaning towards a lesbian storyline for some reason. I can't put my. It just looks like the way Io Sky and Kairi Sane interacts to not Io Sky, but Io Sky and Rhea Ripley interacts towards each other is looking like we're leaning towards a lesbian storyline between those two because we already know how Rhea Ripley interacts towards the female wrestlers. Now she say she's not bisexual. She say she's not bisexual in real life, but that shit is just too damn hard for me to believe that she's not. Now I know she's happily married to Buddy Murphy, and don't get me wrong, I have no problem with gay people, bisexual people, or transgender people. I have no problem with those type of people. I just think Rhea Ripley is really bisexual. The way she acts towards these female wrestlers backstage. I mean, look how she be all up on Kathy Kelly. You would think they're in a relationship. Look how she was one time she was pushing up on Samantha Irvin when Samantha Irvin was in WWE as the ring announcer. Although I'm a massive fan of Liv Morgan, one of my top favorite wrestlers, but look how Liv Morgan, one of my top favorite female wrestlers, but look how Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley was interacting towards each other. You'd have thought that was a damn lesbian couple. And I believe Liv Morgan is bisexual too, because I seen how she interacts towards women, especially Rhea Ripley. Like I said, I'm not hating. I ain't hating, man. I ain't hating. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck I got to be jealous about? But how Liv Morgan was just like when they were a tag team like 4 years ago. Liv Morgan like, look, she's beautiful. Just look at her. You know. So anyway, what's going on, Anthony? How you living, my guy? Hit the like button for me. I don't know. You tell me. If you don't agree with my video, man, you don't have to be here, bro, yo. You don't have to be here, my guy. Don't agree with my video, you ain't got to be here, my guy. So, oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. But so what was I talking about? Yeah. So Liv Morgan could possibly be bisexual. If she is, like I said, man, that's not gonna change a damn thing. That's not gonna change a damn thing. I'ma still be a massive fan of Liv Morgan. She's still gonna be one of my top favorite female wrestlers of all time. So that's never gonna change. Just saying, I was once watching WWE live in Chicago and was in shock how bad it looks watching them live. Oh. Hey man, the Twitch is on, bro. I don't know what to tell you. No, I mean, everybody, last time I watched wrestling, man, live was way in 1999 when I went to King of the Ring. But yeah, I feel you though, man. I was 11 years old when I went to King of the Ring. That was over 20 something years ago, man. I went to King of the Ring when Stone Cold faced off against Vince McMahon and his son Shane McMahon in the ladder match, and he got screwed out of the ladder match. Oh yeah, yeah, Brock, yeah. I never been the biggest fan of Brock Lesnar, but I will say that damn dude was a beast, man. Brock Lesnar is a different kind of damn animal. For sure. But yeah. But yeah, man. So we might be leaning towards a lesbian storyline with Kairi Sane and with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. That's what I think. Don't know how that's gonna look, but I don't know. And Rhea Ripley, one of my favorite female wrestlers and all, but I'm getting kind of annoyed with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. I'm getting kind of annoyed with it. And like I said, I'm not hating. I ain't, you know what I'm saying. Rhea Ripley is not even my cup of tea like that. She's not even my cup of tea. I mean, she's nice looking, but Rhea Ripley just don't do it for me. She looks too dykish. She looks too dykish, and she has that gothic look. I just can't get behind that shit. But she have a bunch of male fans simping over her like crazy, and I'm like, I really don't get the hype why y'all be going crazy over her like that. There are plenty of female wrestlers that I would pick over her, but like I said, I know my place as a wrestling fan, so I'm not saying that I want to sleep with these female wrestlers or whatever whatnot. I'm just saying Rhea Ripley. I see a lot of male fans going all crazy over her like she's a baddie, and it is not that serious with Rhea Ripley by far. Like I said, she's nice looking. Had a little nice bite at one point before she lost that weight, but she just always had that dykish look, and I just can't get behind it. Then she has a gothic look also off top of that, so I'm like, I don't get the hype with her like that. I don't get the hype. But like I said, everybody have their own cup of tea, so it is what it is. People gonna like what they like. So, oh well. I don't have to be one of them. So I think we're leaning towards a lesbian storyline with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Cause they act like a couple. It's like when Io Sky bought Rhea Ripley some damn bread with some sprinkles up there and a candle up. That shit was funny. And both of them bit into the bread at the same time. I said, uh-huh. Yeah. I think I think these two got a thing for each other. So we might just, and I said this in one of my short clip videos, that we might be leaning towards a lesbian storyline between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. You know, a lot of male fans gonna go crazy about that. WWE in 2015 and down was good. Oh. Don't know if I can fully agree with that, man. Honestly, bookings WWE in 2015, it was better than what it is. It was better than what it is today as far as wrestling wise. But hold on, y'all. I gotta come in and get my pot out of the oven so it don't burn. Yeah, got that just in time. All right, y'all. But uh, WWE in 2015 bookings has already had went downhill, you know, but it wasn't as bad as it is today. I'll say that, man, because like I said, man, I hear people talking about how they want Vince McMahon to step back up and they want Triple H to step down because Triple H is a terrible booker. Listen, I said this before, and I'll say it again about Vince McMahon. When Vince McMahon, know what I'm saying, when he booked wrestling matches back in the early '90s during the golden era of wrestling, the mid '90s during the new generation era of wrestling, and the late '90s during the attitude era of wrestling, and the early 2000s during the new generation era of wrestling, in the mid 2000s during the ruthless aggression era, I meant, and the early 2000s during the ruthless aggression era as well. Vince McMahon told great stories, and he was at his peak. He was at his peak then. But if you want to be honest, wrestling in the '80s and '90s, that's when it was at its peak. But Vince McMahon, but wrestling was always still good in the early 2000s and mid 2000s. Vince McMahon was at his peak at booking. But when 2009, 2010 hit, Vince McMahon bookings started watering down. No, his bookings watered down. They watered down, and eventually he got terrible at booking matches. None of those stories that he told, all the eras of wrestling that I named, they were no longer around no more. He just went completely downhill. But I tell you one thing. So, like I said, people that want Vince McMahon to return, it's like opening up a can of worms. Because y'all wanted them gone for the same reason why y'all complaining about Triple H booking matches. And Triple H has been fucking up some calls. He has. But at this point, I don't trust nobody to take over the main roster more. Not even Shawn Michaels. Because I've been hearing some people say that they want him to come to the main roster. I don't trust him coming to the main roster. Yeah, he may book talent pretty solid over there in NXT. But that don't mean if he comes to the main roster, he's going to book his talent the same way. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust none of these wrestlers that's taking over the business. The rest of it. I don't trust them no more. I don't trust that shit. I don't trust them. I don't trust that shit. What's going on, Devon Daily? Welcome to the chat, my guy. Welcome to the live stream, my guy. And for the new people that's in my chat, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love doing wrestle talk about videos. Y'all help me grow. But so no. Vince McMahon returning is like opening up a can of worms. Keep him the hell away from the company. I know Triple H don't book no better. He pissed me off when he booked Liv Morgan to lose that feud and that title to Rhea Ripley. I was so pissed off I turned for Raw on Netflix, didn't watch no more. So I get it why people is irritated and pissed off at Triple H booking matches and fucking up a lot of calls. Look, listen, I get it. But at this point, who the fuck can we trust? For y'all to think that Shawn Michaels, if he comes to the main roster and take over the main roster, that he's not going to book talent just like Triple H is, y'all are sadly mistaken. I don't trust it. Not gonna say he won't. I'm not definitely not about to say he won't. He may book talent the same way if he comes to the main roster, but I don't trust that shit. I don't trust it. So I don't know what the hell to think at this point. That's just me. Y'all disagree if you want. I'm not here to make nobody agree with me about anything. I'm just here to tell the damn truth and call it like it is. I'm very up and vocal about everything I say. Ruthless aggression era is the reason WWE went PG after Chris Benoit died in 2004. Exactly. And Chris Benoit is one of my favorite wrestlers. And wrestling fans like to talk shit and take shots at me for saying that Chris Benoit is one of my favorite wrestlers, saying, how can a murder be one of my favorite wrestlers? Okay, plain and damn simple. What he did outside of the ring doesn't have anything to do with his in-ring talent. The impact he brought to professional wrestling with his in-ring talent. Triple H reels more on his friends and favorites. That's it. Triple H shows favoritism. Notice how he books Rhea Ripley. That's his damn golden girl. That is his golden girl right there. That's his golden girl. You can best believe Rhea Ripley, she's not standing out no damn title picture. As I said before, and I'll say it again. The same way Triple H books Rhea Ripley is the same way Vince McMahon books Charlotte Flair. But you notice Vince McMahon, he didn't care for Rhea Ripley like Triple H did. But the only slight difference is it seems Triple H don't really care for Charlotte like that either. I mean, don't get wrong, he cares for Charlotte, but he don't care for her in a way like Vince McMahon did. He don't love Charlotte Flair like Vince McMahon did. I noticed that. Because Charlotte Flair is not a world champion. And I'm happy about this shit though. I'm happy about it. But Rhea Ripley is who Triple H, you know what I'm saying, treats like gold. That's his golden girl. Man, Devon Daly, I still watch all Chris Benoit matches to this very day from his WCW days. Love his matches in WCW, especially when him and Booker T had a 7 out of 7 series. Man, they had that, man. They had some classics. They had some bangers. Bret Hart versus Chris Benoit, they had some amazing matches. But Bret Hart is one of my favorite. Bret Hart and Chris Benoit are two of my favorites, but I do like Bret Hart better. Bret Hart is my top favorite, but they had some. But my top favorite Bret Hart and Chris Benoit match is the one they had to the tribute of the death of Owen Hart. That is my top favorite Bret Hart and Chris Benoit match of all time. But I had some more favorite Bret Hart and Chris Benoit matches. But that is my top favorite one. Yeah, I agree with you, Devon Daly, for sure. But like I said, man, so we already know about Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is gonna snap. Kairi Sane is gonna snap on Asuka. Asuka has been treating her. Asuka has been hell. Asuka is hell. This heel Asuka right here is more savage than any heel Asuka combined. This heel Asuka right here is fucking savage. And I say she's more savage than she ever was as a heel because how she's been treating Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane. So yeah, man. So eventually Kairi is going to snap, and I can't wait. I cannot wait, man. I can't wait. Can't wait for Kairi Sane to finally snap on. Can't wait for Kairi Sane to finally snap on Asuka. Because we know Kairi Sane can be a savage too, but her fuse is not no way short as Asuka. It's going to take Kairi Sane to build though. It's going to take Kairi Sane to build. When she finally build until she finally gets fed up and can't take no more Asuka shit. And she's gonna snap. When Kairi Sane finally snap and unleash hell on Asuka, it's gonna be like a Kairi Sane that we've never seen before. Mark my words. Yep. So I don't know how this. Hopefully this feud turn out good. You know, like I said, I don't trust Triple H no more. But I hope eventually, man, he snap out of this shit and start booking stuff properly. That's all I can say because who the hell else do I think can come to the main roster and book it right? I'm definitely not about to say Shawn Michaels can do it. That might just be a mistake. That might just be a mistake. To think Shawn Michaels can come to the main roster and book it just like he do in NXT. So at this point, I don't know what the hell to think and who can change the bookings of wrestling. Yes, she is. It's gonna take some time, but Kairi Sane is gonna slowly turn babyface. She is. Cause at this point, Asuka's just bossing her around. She's telling her what to do. She's Asuka's do girl. And Asuka fussing at her and scream, you know what I'm saying, screaming at this woman, fussing and screaming at this woman like she's a 10-year-old child, and I do not like that, especially when she slapped her. The Kairi Sane slapped her like that. Shit pissed me off. I said, man, ain't nothing I can do about it, dude. But I cannot wait for Kairi Sane to finally snap on Asuka. I can't wait. At least HBK knows how to book the women. Yeah, he does. He does. Now he did one questionable thing that pissed me off, and that did and that is he didn't book Lola Vice to win the women's world title in her hometown. That he didn't do. He failed to do. So I'm like, come on now, how the fuck Lola Vice didn't dethrone JC Jane in her hometown for the women's world title? Come on now. So yeah, that was questionable right there. That was arguably questionable. And a lot of people is talking about how he had to book Jada Parker to win the title. I agree. I agree. Jada Parker ain't one of my favorite female wrestlers, but I like Jada Parker. I happen to like Jada Parker. At one point, I ain't care nothing for her like that. But in time, she eventually slowly grew on me. But Lola Vice has always been I'm a massive fan of Lola Vice. Lola Vice has always been one of my favorite female wrestlers. I became a massive fan of Lola Vice like in 2023. So I've been a massive fan of Lola Vice for 2 years now. Lola Vice is one of the most hard-working, dedicated female wrestlers in the NXT Women's Division. How the fuck she didn't win the NXT Women's Championship in her hometown at No Mercy? That was complete bullshit. They did her dirty. But so yeah, man. So I'm on a countdown for Kairi Sane to finally turn on Asuka. I don't know when it's gonna happen. It could be sooner than I think. But I don't. Well, then again, no, I doubt that because they're in a feud with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. But eventually, it's going to happen where it's going to be a match, and I can already picture how this shit is going to happen. They're going to be in the ring or whatever. Let's say they lost the match or something, right? And Oscar blamed Kairi Sane like she always does as usual. And when the match is over, Oscar is like screaming in Kairi Sane's face to the top of her lungs. And then let's just see Kairi Sane finally put that dark look on her face and Kairi Sane like slapping her and mushing her and stuff. And Kairi Sane like turning her back right. And Kairi Sane and Oscar still screaming in her ear and stuff like that, mushing her. Then Kairi Sane just come out of nowhere, just snap and turn on Oscar and just beat the shit out of her. That's how I see it happening. That's how I see it. That's how I picture it. They lose a match and Kairi and Oscar goes to blame Kairi Sane like she always does and slap her. And then Kairi Sane like turn around like just like you know what I'm saying, pissed off, shaking, like shaking, you know what I'm saying? Shaking or whatever. Then she had that dark look on her face and when Oscar yelling in her ear and pushing her and stuff like that, mushing her and stuff like that. And then you know what I'm saying, Kairi Sane just snap. She just comes out of nowhere and snap and turn around and just beat the shit out of Oscar. An unleashed Kairi Sane that we never seen before that finally unleashed hell on Oscar. Unleashed hell on Oscar with no fury. And there. We got our strong heated feud with Kairi Sane versus Asuka. Now, sure, she may win a feud against Asuka, but I'm not about to say Kairi Sane can't neither. But I'll tell you, this is going to be epic. That's why I did a live video about to call this out. That's why I did a live video to call this out. This is going to be epic. Now, could Io Sky get in between this? She might. What I think is when the Kairi Sane finally snaps on Asuka, when Kairi Sane finally snaps on Asuka and beat the hell out of Asuka, she beat the shit out of Asuka. I see her going to Io Sky to finally apologize, and Io Sky hear her out, and they become friends again. They hug it out and be friends again. That's how I see it happening. That's what I think is gonna happen. But it all depends. It could turn out that way, but then I'm thinking Io Sky and Red Rip is on that word to having a lesbian storyline. That's how it's looking. So we gonna see. We gonna see how that all plays out. I could be wrong, but that's what I think is gonna happen. But yeah, I can't wait for this feud. This is gonna be an epic feud because we all know how dangerous Oscar is. You know how dangerous Oscar can be. So, and then Rhea Ripley might be in it too because what I see is Kairi Sane coming to Io Sky and this time apologize. And this time Io Sky accepts her apology. She accepts her apology. And then probably I could be wrong, man. I could be reaching. Let me know if you feel like I'm reaching. I ain't gonna say let me know if I feel like I'm reaching. Just let me know if you disagree. I say it like that. Reaching, that's, no, I'm not gonna reach about anything. But Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane might go to Io Sky and Rhea Ripley both and apologize to both of them. I'll be fair and add Rhea Ripley too because Kairi Sane has attacked Io Sky as well. But what I think happened when Kairi Sane finally snaps on Oscar and beat the hell out of her, she goes to Io Sky and Rhea Ripley and apologizes to both of them. And Io Sky and Rhea Ripley accepts it. And then we got a strong-headed feud between Kairi Sane and Asuka. It could get chaotic because we know how dangerous Asuka can be. She could take out Kairi Sane and take out Rhea Ripley. And then that leaves Kairi Sane and Asuka in a heated battle, a heated feud. And Kairi Sane could possibly win this feud. I could see Kairi Sane winning the feud, but then again, I can't say that shit because Asuka may win this feud. Kairi Sane might be close to winning, but Asuka could win this feud at the end. Because I know it's been in one-on-one match, Kairi Sane could never beat Asuka. I'm like, nah. She's good. She's about good as Asuka, but nah, she couldn't, nah. So that's why I say Asuka could win this feud. Kairi Sane could be close to winning it, but Asuka wins. But not to say Kairi Sane can't get a victory off of Asuka in this feud. Kairi Sane is definitely capable of pinning Asuka in a one-on-one match without even cheating. I hope Connor and Kairi Hojo come out. Yes, yes. You took that shit out my mouth. That's what I want to see. When Kairi Sane finally snap and turn on Asuka, that's gonna really make Asuka go to a dark place. That's gonna make her go to a, dark place, and she turns into Kana. That's what I want to see. And Kairi Sane, she goes to a dark place as well, and she goes back to Kairi Hojo. Man, look, this shit will be trending if they do it the right way. The way I'm saying it, man, this shit will trend. It will trend. I'm telling you, because Asuka pissed off at the fact that Kairi Sane turned on her because she would never expect that from Kairi Sane. So that shit will piss off Asuka and really take Asuka to a dark place, and she turns into Kana. And Kairi Sane knows she's going to have to stoop to another level. So she turns into Kairi Hojo. This shit will cook. I promise it will cook. They need to do it, man. Please book it. Book it. If you want to get this shit, if you want to get Kairi Sane versus Asuka trending, this is the best route to go. This is the best route to go. Hell, that could be a WrestleMania match. Kairi Sane versus Asuka, that story could go into WrestleMania, I say. Kairi Sane versus Asuka, hell yeah, that is a WrestleMania match. Yes, sir. So book it. Book it. So yeah, man, I see them tearing the roof off the place. Tell you, if they book it the right way between Kairi Sane and Asuka, this is the best route to go. Asuka turns into Kana, and Kairi Sane turns into Kairi Hojo. And they will have some insane matches, man. They could have some insane matches. Imagine if we could get Kairi Sane versus Asuka in a lights out match. Imagine that. A lights out match. They got that paint and stuff on, that scary looking paint. We could do a steel cage match. Hey, okay. Extreme rules. But a lights out match, that would stand out with Kairi Sane versus Asuka. A lights out match. Something like that. Trying to come up with some bright ideas to spice up this feud between Kairi Sane and Asuka. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to spice it up. I'm trying to spice it up, man, and we do a match with Kairi Sane and Asuka that will make the fans go nuts and tune in for it. And I think a lights out match would be something, that would probably hit different for these two. A lights out match. Or a no holds bar match or an extreme rules match for them. Yeah, that'd be good. And at WrestleMania, Kairi Sane be the person to overcome Asuka at WrestleMania 42 in the Extreme Rules match. Then at the WrestleMania, Asuka get wins against Kairi Sane. Tell you, man, they could go all out in this. I can't understand what you're saying, yo. But welcome to the chat. If you watch wrestling, subscribe to my channel. Tell you, man, this is the best way they could go out with this. And yeah, them Japanese wrestlers, they know how to tell stories. Yeah. So so I'm trying to come up with some ideas. Or another thing, what if we could get Io Sky to be the special guest referee with Kairi Sane versus Asuka at WrestleMania? I think that'll fit into the story. Well, it would fit into the story. Then we could get Kairi Sane versus Asuka at WrestleMania in an Extreme Rules match. Falls count anywhere. Yeah, Asuka versus Kairi Sane versus Asuka at WrestleMania 42 in the Extreme Rules match. Falls count anywhere as Io Sky as the special guest referee. I think that'll fit into the story. I believe it'll work. I believe it'll work. But let me know what y'all think. Trying to come up with some ideas, man. Of Kairi Sane versus Asuka. Cause Asuka's on her way to turning on Kairi Sane is on her way to snapping on Asuka. Yep. And in between that story, what if that hooded person attacked Asuka was Dakota Kai? Her Io and her Io and Kairi Sane reunite as Damage Control. Mm, possibly, but Dakota Kai's not around. Dakota Kai's not around no more. But I'm not. I don't disagree with your take. If Dakota Kai was to come back to help Io Sky win at WrestleMania 42, that'd yeah, hell yeah, that'd be epic. Cause imagine, yeah, Dakota Kai wearing a black hoodie and Kairi Sane and Oscar don't know who it is. And she helps Kairi Sane win at WrestleMania 42 against Oscar in a no holds barred match. And like I said, falls count anywhere. So anybody can get involved. Or she can appear in a lights out match. Like I said, Oscar Kairi Sane versus Oscar in the lights out match would be something epic, especially when if they switch their characters. Oscar switch to Kyle Connor and Kairi Sane switch to Kairi Hojo. It's like the good Japanese wrestler versus the evil Japanese wrestler. That would be epic. And then a lights out match. Or they do a lights out match at WrestleMania. They do a lights out match at WrestleMania 42. That should be epic. That'd be epic. So I'm trying to come up with some ideas, man, that make sense. But a steel cage match between Kairi Sane versus Asuka, that'll be epic too. Hell yeah. So I'm trying to name some great matches that will fit in this storyline with Kairi Sane and Asuka. Or Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell, they could really go at it. Hell in a Cell, they would really go at it. We might see a bloodshed. Possibly. Because them Japanese wrestlers, they don't mind taking it there. Although Io Scott Kairi Sane took it a little far, hitting Io Scott with that Alabama slam outside of the ring and slam her head against that apron like that. That's why I said Kairi Sane needs to be more careful. I know the Japanese wrestlers take some major bumps, but that right there, what she did to Io Scott was career ending. Need to be more careful. So yeah, man, you know me, I'm an honest person. I tell the truth. So yeah, they should book it. Kairi Sane versus Oscar will cook if Triple H books it the right way. Bring back Connor. Bring back Connor and bring back Kairi Hojo. Bring back those two. Insert these two characters back. The fans will go nuts. The fans will go nuts when if Oscar go back to Connor and Kairi Sane goes back to Kairi Hojo. Like I said, it's the good Japanese wrestler versus the evil Japanese wrestler. Tell you, man, a whole lot of viewers. It would get this shit will be trending on X. I'm telling you, it will be trending all over social media. I would definitely be one of the ones tuning in for it. A lot of other wrestling fans would be too. It's the best way Triple H could go out. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. They can disagree with me all they want to. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Kairi Sane, Oscar going back to Kairi Sane, and Oscar going back to Kairi Hojo. And this feud, when the feud finally start, this is the best way for them to go out. Until I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Disagree with me all you want. I think Seth is real this time. Just of the visual Braun Breaker snatching the belt and being through Becky Lynch defending her women's next week. Hey man, listen, bro. You may be a Seth Rollins fan, but I gotta be completely honest with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way a thousand with you. Seth Rollins had this coming. Seth Rollins had it coming all along. Seth Rollins had it coming. He got exactly what he deserved. We're talking about the same person that turned on Roman Reigns and broke up the Shield 11 years ago. And he told Cody Rhodes by rubbing it in Roman Reigns' face that he will beat Cody Rhodes' Shield at WrestleMania 40 and caused Roman the title by helping Cody Rhodes win the title and finish the story. Oh, his injury. Oh, he got a legit injury? Like he's really injured? If he's really injured, then nah, man, I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. If he's really injured. A character and a storyline, his character and outside of the ring, him really being injured are two different things. So if that's what you were saying, he's really injured, then I take that back. Kana was a straight devil in Japan. Yes, she was. That she was medieval, man. Asuka as Kana in New Japan, she was medieval. I mean, man. Yeah. Oscar's pretty much like a female Great Muta. Oscar's like a female Great Muta. I ain't gonna say a female Great Muta because Great Muta's not one of my favorite wrestlers, but I've always have liked the Great Muta. Yeah, the Great Muta was underrated. But yeah, Oscar needs to go back as Connor, and Kairi Sane needs to go back as Harry Ojo, Hojo to spice this feud up between these two. And the matches I just named, they can have these type of matches. They can have a lights out match for WrestleMania 42. That'd be the perfect match. And through the feud, they can have a no holds barred match, and they can have a steel cage match. Oh yeah, Tajiri was very underrated. Yes, he was. You could tell Oscar and Tajiri, they got that miss from the Great Muta. See, the Great Muta invented that miss. When you think of Miss, man, you think of the Great Muta. Cause he was so unpredictable. He was so hard to beat. And Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, he's one of my favorite wrestlers, but Ricky the Dragon Steamboat had a hard time with the Great Muta. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat had a hard time with the Great Muta, man. And the Great Muta, man, when you at least expect it, he'll spit that damn miss in your face. He would come out of nowhere with that miss. He would come out of nowhere with that green miss. He would come out of nowhere. When you at least expect the Great Muta to spit that damn miss right in your face and blind you and win. So Jerry was like that too. He wasn't as good as the Great Muta, but Jerry was a pretty good wrestler. He was very underrated. Yeah, that miss, man. I could tell that shit. That shit have burned. That shit have burned your damn eyes, man. I can tell. I can tell that miss ain't no joke. But so yeah, Oscar Kairi Sane versus Oscar can cook if they book it the right way. I just gave some good ideas how they could book this story between these two and book these type of matches. They can have a lights out match at WrestleMania. They can have a steel cage match, and they can have you know what I'm saying, like I said, they can have a lights out match at WrestleMania. They can have a no hold. They can have an extreme rules match, falls count anywhere. You know what I'm saying, and they can have a steel cage match. I'm naming some matches that they can have that fit into the storyline. So I'm telling you, man, that's the best way they could go out. But Harry Sane is going to turn on Oscar. It's definitely bound to happen. ESPN gave Crown Jewel a B. Yeah, honestly, man, I was pissed off. You know, they took all the pay per view matches off of Peacock. Lord Tensai was pretty cool, but come on, Albert, we know it's you. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Exactly. I thought that Lord Tensai gimmick was funny. I thought it was funny. I thought the shit was funny. Everybody was like, Albert, exactly. So I thought it was funny. But yeah, man, so tell you, man, if they book Kairi Sane versus Asuka the right way, this feud will cook. I would get fed a damn full course meal. I would get fed a full course Japanese meal. But if they book it the right way, man, Kairi Sane versus Asuka would tear the roof off the place. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Thanks everybody for sharing your thoughts and comments about my take about Kairi Sane versus Asuka and how they can book it. So with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D, and I'm out.